Sinful Temptation. Episode 4. Can't Breathe Without Her. 1 week later. Dante Blackwood was drowning. He sat in his study, staring at the same contract he'd been trying to review for the past 2 hours. The words blurred together, meaningless. His multi-million-dollar deal could go to hell for all he cared. All he could think about was her. Isabella had been gone for 7 days. 7 days since she'd walked out his door with her suitcases and her dignity intact. 7 days since he'd watched her leave and done nothing to stop her. 7 days of absolute hell. He'd thought pushing her away was the right thing. The noble thing. He'd convinced himself she'd be better off without him, that she'd move on quickly, find some nice guy her own age who could give her everything she deserved. Instead, he was the one who couldn't move on. Dante hadn't slept more than 2 hours a night since she left. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw her face, the hurt in her green eyes when he'd called her nothing special, the tears streaming down her cheeks as she'd begged him to take a chance on them. The devastation when he'd told her to get out of his life. He'd meant to protect her. Instead, he'd destroyed them both. His phone buzzed. A text from Richard. Family dinner Sunday. Elena insists. Your attendance is mandatory. Dante's jaw clenched. Family dinner meant seeing Isabella. Could he handle that? Sitting across from her, pretending everything was fine, acting like his entire world hadn't collapsed the moment she walked out. He texted back, I'll be there. Because he was a masochist. Because even a glimpse of her was better than this aching emptiness. 2 days later, the dinner. Dante arrived at Richard and Elena's new penthouse exactly on time. He'd debated showing up late, anything to minimize the time he'd have to endure this, but his need to see Isabella outweighed his cowardice. Richard opened the door with a smile that didn't quite reach his eyes. Dante. Glad you could make it. Wouldn't miss it, Dante lied smoothly. He walked into the living room and froze. Isabella sat on the couch, wearing a simple burgundy dress that somehow made her look even more beautiful than he remembered. Her long dark hair was pulled back in an elegant twist, showing off the graceful curve of her neck he'd once kissed. She looked up when he entered, and their eyes met for a brief, electric moment. Then she looked away, her expression carefully neutral. It felt like a knife to his chest. Dante. Elena came over to kiss his cheek. So good to see you. We've missed you around the house. I've been busy with work. Another lie. He'd been busy destroying himself slowly. Well, you're here now. Dinner will be ready in 15 minutes. Why don't you pour yourself a drink? Dante headed straight for the bar, needing whiskey more than air. As he poured, he felt Isabella's presence behind him like a physical thing. Could you pour me some wine? Her voice was polite, distant. Like they were strangers. He grabbed a wine glass, filled it with red, and turned to hand it to her. Their fingers brushed as she took the glass, and electricity shot up his arm. From the way her breath hitched, she felt it too. Thank you, she said formally, stepping back quickly. How have you been? The words came out rougher than he intended. Fine. You. Fine. They were both lying, and they both knew it. Isabella looked thinner. There were shadows under her eyes that makeup couldn't quite hide. She looked like she'd been sleeping as poorly as he had. Good. He was a terrible person for thinking it, but good. At least he wasn't suffering alone. How's the new place? He forced himself to ask. Small but adequate. Sophia's been a great roommate. Good. That's good. This was torture. Pure, exquisite torture. I should help Mom with dinner, Isabella said, already turning away. Isabella. She paused but didn't turn around. What? I'm sorry. I was wrong. I miss you so much I can't breathe. Come back to me. Nothing. Never mind. She walked away, and Dante downed his whiskey in one burning gulp. During dinner. Dinner was an exercise in restraint. Dante sat across from Isabella, forced to watch her smile and laugh and pretend everything was fine. She was good at it, better than him. While he brooded silently over his food, she chatted easily with Richard and Elena about her new job, her apartment, her plans. Never once did she look at him directly. It was driving him insane. So Isabella, Richard said, serving himself more salad. Your mother tells me you've been seeing someone. Dante's hand clenched around his fork so hard it bent. Isabella's smile faltered for just a second. Mom, I told you that was just one date. With that nice young man from your office, Elena said enthusiastically. What was his name? Marcus. Not the same Marcus from before. Please God, not. Marcus Chen, Isabella confirmed. He's in the design department. But really, it was nothing serious. He seemed very interested when he picked you up, Elena continued. Such a gentleman. And handsome too. Dante felt something dark and violent unfurl in his chest. Some other man had picked Isabella up. Had taken her out. Had probably tried to kiss her goodnight. He was going to be sick. Mom, please. Isabella's cheeks were flushed. Can we not discuss my dating life at the dinner table? I'm just saying, it's nice to see you moving on, Elena said, completely oblivious to the way Dante's knuckles had gone white. After that unfortunate situation, everyone at the table knew exactly what situation Elena was referring to. The tension became suffocating. Actually, I should get going, Isabella said, standing abruptly. Early morning tomorrow. But we haven't had dessert, Elena protested. I'll take mine to go. Really, I should head out. She was running. From this dinner, from him, from whatever painful thing was churning in the air between them. I'll walk you to your car, Dante said, standing as well. That's not necessary. I insist. Isabella's jaw tightened, but she nodded. Fine. They walked to the elevator in complete silence. Stepped inside. The doors closed, sealing them in together. You're dating, Dante said, his voice flat. That's really none of your business. Are you sleeping with him? Isabella's head whipped around, her eyes blazing. Excuse me, Marcus. Are you sleeping with him? That is absolutely none of your business, Dante. You made that very clear when you told me to get out of your life. Answer the question. No. She crossed her arms. Not that it matters, but no. I'm not sleeping with him. We had one dinner. Nothing happened. The relief that flooded through him was so intense it made him dizzy. Good, he said. Good. She laughed bitterly. You have no right to care who I date or sleep with. You pushed me away, remember? You told me I was nothing special. That I was just another girl desperate for attention. I didn't mean. Yes, you did. You meant every word. You wanted to hurt me enough that I'd leave. Congratulations, it worked. The elevator reached the parking garage. The doors opened, but neither of them moved. I was wrong, Dante said quietly. Isabella stilled. What? I was wrong. About everything. He turned to face her fully, and damn the consequences. You're not nothing special, Isabella. You're everything. You're the first person I think about when I wake up and the last person I think about before I don't sleep. You're in every breath I take, every thought I have. I can't eat, can't work, can't function without you. Her eyes were wide, shocked. Dante, I pushed you away because I was terrified. Because I've never felt this way about anyone, and it scared the hell out of me. I thought I was protecting you from me, but really I was just being a coward. Stop, she whispered. I can't. Not anymore. He stepped closer, and she didn't move away. These past 7 days have been the worst of my life. I feel like I'm drowning, like I can't breathe properly because you're not there. Everything is gray and empty and pointless without you. You can't do this, Isabella said, but her voice was shaking. You can't say these things after what you put me through. I know I don't deserve forgiveness. I was cruel and stupid and I hurt you in ways I can never take back. His voice broke. But I love you, Isabella. I'm completely, desperately, irrevocably in love with you. And I know it's too late, I know I destroyed any chance we had, but I needed you to know. I needed you to know that you were right. I was pushing you away because I cared too much, because I was falling in love with you and I didn't know how to handle it. Tears were streaming down her face now. You love me. God, yes. I love you so much it's destroying me. You told me you don't do love. I didn't. Not until you. He reached up, gently wiping away her tears with his thumb. You changed everything, Isabella. You made me want things I never thought I could have. A future. A relationship. Someone to come home to. You made me want to be better than I am. I don't know if I can trust you again, she said, her voice small and broken. You hurt me so badly, Dante. I know. And I will spend every day for the rest of my life making it up to you if you let me. I'll prove that I can be the man you deserve. That I can handle us, without running scared. He cupped her face gently. I'm done pushing you away. I'm done pretending I don't need you. Because I do. I need you more than I've ever needed anything. Isabella closed her eyes, fresh tears falling. This is crazy. I know. We're still step-uncle and step-niece. I don't care. Everyone will judge us. Let them. You'll probably hurt me again. I'll try my hardest not to. But if I do, I'll be right there to put you back together. I'm not running anymore, Isabella. Not from this. Not from you. She opened her eyes, and he saw the war raging there, the desire to believe him fighting against the fear of being hurt again. I need time, she finally said. I can't just forget everything that happened. Take all the time you need. I'll wait. He meant it. He'd wait forever if that's what it took. But let me prove it to you. Let me show you that I mean what I'm saying. Go out with me. One date. And if after that you still don't trust me, I'll walk away and never bother you again. You promise. I promise. But I'm not going to need to walk away, because I'm going to show you exactly how serious I am about us. Isabella studied his face for a long moment. Then, so quietly he almost missed it, one date. Hope exploded in his chest. Yeah, one date. But you have to actually try, Dante. No more games, no more pushing me away when things get hard. No more games, he agreed. This is me, all in. Completely committed to making this work. Okay then. A small, tentative smile crossed her face, the first real smile he'd seen from her all night. When? Tomorrow. I'll pick you up at 7. Where are we going? That's a surprise. He allowed himself to smile back. But I promise you'll love it. The elevator doors started to close. Isabella's hand shot out, stopping them. Dante. Yeah, I missed you too. So much I thought I might actually die from it. They stared at each other across the elevator threshold. The air between them crackled with everything unsaid, everything they'd both been holding back. Then Isabella dropped her purse and ran to him. Dante met her halfway, stepping out of the elevator just as she crashed into him. Their mouths collided in a desperate, hungry kiss that spoke of 7 days of torture, of longing, of a love too powerful to deny any longer. His hands were in her hair, destroying the elegant twist, pulling her closer. Her arms wrapped around his neck as she pressed herself against him, pouring every ounce of pain and need and love into that kiss. It was nothing like their first kiss in the kitchen. That had been about desire, about testing boundaries. This was about survival. About two people who'd been drowning finally coming up for air. Dante's back hit the parking garage wall as Isabella kissed him with a ferocity that stole his breath. His hands roamed her body, her waist, her back, cupping her face to angle her mouth better against his. He couldn't get close enough, couldn't taste enough of her. God, I missed you, he growled against her lips. Missed this. Missed everything about you. Shut up and kiss me, Isabella demanded, pulling him back down. He did, claiming her mouth with an intensity that made them both groan. His tongue swept against hers, tasting, exploring, remembering. She tasted like wine and something uniquely her, and he was addicted all over again. Her hand slid under his jacket, feeling the hard muscles of his chest through his shirt. He shuddered at her touch, his body responding instantly. It had been too long, 7 agonizing days without her hands on him, her body pressed against his. Isabella, he breathed against her neck, kissing down the column of her throat. We should stop. We're in a parking garage. Don't care, she gasped, tilting her head to give him better access. Don't stop. His mouth found that sensitive spot just below her ear, and she moaned, her fingers digging into his shoulders. Every sound she made drove him closer to losing control completely. You're killing me, he murmured against her skin. 7 days of torture and now you're here, in my arms, making those sounds. Then take me somewhere, Isabella whispered. Anywhere. I don't care. I just need you. God, he wanted to. Every fiber of his being screamed to throw her in his car and drive to his place and finish what they'd started in the kitchen a week ago. But he'd promised to do this right. Tomorrow, he said, forcing himself to pull back slightly even though it physically hurt. After our date, I'm going to take you home and show you exactly how much I've missed every inch of you. Why wait? Her green eyes were dark with desire. Because I need to prove I can do this properly. Romance you. Date you. Show you that this isn't just about the physical. He kissed her softly. Even though the physical is incredible. It's more than incredible, she corrected, her fingers tracing his jaw. But a car alarm went off somewhere nearby, breaking the spell. They pulled apart slightly, both breathing hard, staring at each other with wild eyes. Isabella's hair was completely undone now, falling in messy waves around her shoulders. Her lipstick was smudged, her lips swollen from his kisses. She looked thoroughly ravaged, and it was the most beautiful thing Dante had ever seen. Tomorrow, he said, his voice rough with need. 7 p.m. I'm picking you up and we're doing this properly. Properly. She smiled, her fingers tracing his jaw. That didn't feel very proper. That was 7 days of missing you. Tomorrow is about showing you I can do this right. Romance, dating, all of it. He captured her hand and brought it to his lips. But after that proper date. After that, his eyes darkened with promise. After that, I'm going to take you home and show you exactly how much I've missed every inch of you. And this time, Isabella, I'm not stopping until you're screaming my name. She shivered, heat flooding through her body. That's a promise. That's a guarantee. He kissed her once more, softer this time but no less intense. Now go, before I forget all my good intentions and take you right here against this wall. Isabella reluctantly stepped back, retrieving her fallen purse. Her legs felt shaky, her body still humming from his touch. Tomorrow, she agreed. 7 p.m. Don't be late. I'll be early. He watched her walk to her car, making sure she got in safely. Isabella. She rolled down her window. Yeah, I love you. Her smile could have lit up the entire dark parking garage. I love you too, Dante. I think I have since the wedding. She drove away, leaving Dante standing there with his heart pounding and his body aching and something that felt dangerously close to happiness spreading through his chest. He'd been drowning for 7 days. But now, finally, he could breathe again.